Alright guys, and I'm back. I'm sorry for the problems. The server I was using on XSplit is apparently down. It was a Chicago server. I had to move up to Ashburn, I think it's called. I really apologize for that. I did miss the bans and picks, but I was talking about how this is before I realized the server was down and I was dropping every single frame. I was talking about how the picks for my intent, oh, it's so cute every time. It's just so freaking cute. Oh, I love what they're doing here. They're just gonna wait. They're just gonna sit here and wait. The whole lineup for my intent, it's late game oriented, of course, with the PL, but every single hero here scales well, except for the Coddle, of course. He doesn't scale that well, but Jakiro, Clockwork, Darkseer, PL, they all scale so well, and their whole lineup is just focused around anti-team fight, counter initiation, and if they get initiated on,
the battle begins.
that was a snap right now if you didn't notice. So imagine just me snapping and saying all this. Darkseer's gonna just surge in. He's gonna surge someone in. He's going to, you know, just throw out a vacuum, wall of replica. Everyone's in disarray. Clockwork hooks in. There's a big, you know, havoc. Cogs are flying everywhere. Peel waltzes right in through the back and just mantas up, you know, throws a Spirit Lance out, and everyone dies. That's what's gonna happen. Unless Chibusia's minions can stop it, but that's the whole idea of my intense lineup at this point. And Darkseer versus Silver is going to be kind of an interesting lineup, or sorry, matchup. It shouldn't be too biased in either side's favor, but of course Darkseer will be losing out just very slightly because Silver is such an insane hero to solo lane against. There's Visage coming in through the side, and Visage against the Keeper Light, he's actually such a great counter pick because of the Soul Assumption charges getting picked up with the Illuminate Blast going and hitting everyone around him. Yeah, he's going to be sitting in this radius the entire time, and well, as I said, he walks out. That's the radius that the Soul Assumption charges come through. And Incarnate bottom lane, he's not going to be playing the carry role this game. Instead, it's going to be Chicken MC. They're switching up this time. Instead of Chicken MC being mid, and now it's going to be, yeah, Orbit's going to be playing mid instead. Interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. I guess they threw the Incarnate down on this off lane because he can always just go back into the jungle. If he gets outlaned and if he gets outplayed, he can go back into the jungle and he can just simply jungle because Darkseer is actually insanely fast at clearing out camps. I'd argue he's up there with Batrider. Magic Soap, he's gonna be diving. Sorry, no, Incarnate's gonna be one diving, and Magic Soap's just gonna be sitting back here. Not sure if that was a smart idea. He is really low, not that tanky yet, so creep cutting is probably not the best idea. He's gonna salve up though, and he's gonna go in for another. Meanwhile, top lane, Jabida, he's gonna get disrupted. Not sure if Chibusia should have done that or not, because that kind of just saved Jabida's life. Now Chicken MC's gonna go in through the back. Chibusia's gonna be the one that picks up this single kill. And it's going to be the first blood. I assume that was with this disruption, so maybe Chibusia should have done that. He's going to dive, and Chicken MC is going to get a free kill, and he's going to have to exit through the back way this way. He's going to salve up, and he'll be good as new in no time. Chicken MC is going to face up against Extravagant, or no he won't. He's not down to man fight, and I don't blame him. Queen of Pain's kind of scary. And not a man. I'm not sexist though, so I probably should have said human fight. Not man fight, not woman fight, human fight. It's hilarious though, because my philosophy teacher is like this huge humanitarian, like all about feminism is right. And I wouldn't even call her a feminist, just someone who's into equality of human rights. And she, every single time someone says woman or human, she just flips out and is like, hey, you need to human instead of woman or man. So remember when you say that, guys. If you say man fight, that's politically incorrect. You know, mid lane, it's gonna be Orbit. It's gonna get harassed on a lot, and that's why Queen of Pain is such a crazy mid hero to lane up against. This Sting is so underrated, even at level 1. Like that's just nutso. Lopart's gonna get eaten alive by Misha, who is raged up, and Cuddle will be going down. The ice path didn't affect him for that reason exactly. Chicken MC is gonna take a lot of damage as well, but Chibusia is gonna be picked off once again by Chicken, and Chicken does so much damage, but it is unreliable. Chicken MC is getting really low. If Misha can get another hit in here, that's going to be perfect. But they can actually turn on Misha now. He's just too low, and he's overextended. That dual breath will ensure his fate. And his fate is death. He's just going to rage right out of it. But he's going to die to a creep, actually. So, in a way, he did get denied. So now it's 26 for 2 up on the Darkseer. Darkseer's having a great time down here, actually. Incarnate, he has his soul ring up, and he literally can do this the entire time. He can sit back within XP range, of course, and he can just throw out soul-ringed ion shells and farm it up, because what's Silly gonna do? As soon as he hits 6, he's obviously gonna want to turn into bear form, or even 7. He's gonna want to turn to bear form to avoid incoming ganks, but he's gonna have to be right up on the front lines with the ion shells, and he can't do anything at that point to prevent the damage going on him. And disruption, as I said, that goes on Chicken MC. There's ice path as well. Rage is going to allow Misha to run right through. There's just soul assumption as well. And Chicken MC, he's going to get some mana back, and they're going to try and fight Misha. He can doppel if he wants to, or can you? No, doppel is on cooldown for 15 seconds. And they're going to turn. Misha's running for his life at this point, and no one's going to drop, but everyone is going to get a little bit really low on health. Meanwhile, mid lane, where the heck is Quap? Extravagance really low. Clockwork, played up by Orbit. He's doing work, and I'm not too sure why Misha did that, or maybe it was just a bait. There's the Counter Blast as well, and it's going to be raged off by Misha. Nice play there, heads up thinking. And they could have actually killed Chicken MC. They could have actually done it. If Visage was with them, if JNC was there, who now has boots, may I add, they could have actually killed him off. Carnate's gonna soul ring up. Magic Soap doesn't look like he's gonna be going for the Midas. Top lane, and perfect Sonic Wave is gonna just fly right on through, and it's not gonna do anything. I was just so dumbfounded at that point. Like, it's not gonna do anything, and Chicken MC is gonna pick up a double kill. This is not what you want to be happening. PL is hard enough to deal with late game. You don't want him snowballing from 4 kills and 0 deaths 6 minutes into the game. This is what I'm really finding in these games, is that the tri-lane and the laning stages for them is really dictated by... And it's off! Is really dictated by just who goes to war first. Who wants to kill each other first. Misha's going to rotate mid, and that's actually smartly so. He's not getting the greatest farm top. Not enough to get a fast armlet, which is what you want against a PL, because if you get an armlet early game, you're pretty much just a monster, and you can eat anything for breakfast. You know, bottom lane. Oops. You know, bottom lane Incarnate just gonna be on shelling him up, getting some free experience and creeps here. Magic Soap looks like he's gonna be going towards those phase boots. No might is coming up on him, so it's a little bit of sacrifice for the late game potential, like I was talking about last game. Extravagant. There goes the Sting. Scream of Pain, he's going to blink right out of the way of the ice path. Lopart's in the back end of things, throwing out the Counter Blast. It's not going to hit anybody. And they can actually get something done here if they really want to. Chicken MC, I think, just needs to back off. It's going to be such a great advantage for his team if he is 4-0 and he just stays at 4-0. He's going to be snowballing out of control, as well as getting this free farm that PLs eventually do get. And by eventually, I mean eventually. Like, even if people are contesting you up until 20 minutes, eventually you're going to get some time to free farm. And that's exactly what a PL will thrive on. Because they can farm so fast. You can just leech the experience from the laning phase when you're getting contested. That was an awkward blink, but Extravagant's kind of screwed now. Can't really get out of the way, and there's the hook as well. And I think that might have been a misclick, or it might have been a Extravagant, sorry, just changing his mind halfway through and saying, okay, I'm going to run. No, I'm not going to run. I'm going to blink right into this. Visage is going to disconnect, and I assume we're going to get a pause here. Chibusia's minions, unless Chibusia thinks he can micro up Visage by JNT. JNT. Let's take a look at what's happening so far. Net worth. And Now, we're sitting at 3.2k up on the PL, and of course that is because he's snowballing. 3.2k is pretty crazy. 8 minutes in. My intent, in this specific circumstance, it's kind of the opposite of what happened last game. My intent was really playing against the clock last game. They had the early game push, and they would have got out-carried late game, and they would have got outscaled late game like crazy. Now it's my intent who are trying to drag things out, and it's Chibusia's minions who want to end this faster than, you know, than MYI would like. Not to say that they're going to get destroyed late game. I mean, they do have the bear, they have the Nakes, and they have Mjolnir, potential Mjolnirs on both of them, which can pretty much deal with PL illusions fairly decently. But late game, it's really difficult to. Just give me a second here, guys. Just give me a second here, guys. I'm working. Problem. I'll just let you watch Magic Soap for a little bit. All right. So 3.6k up on the PL now, 3k on the Scylla. Just about 3 on the Darkseer. He has a Soul Ring up, building in towards the mechanism, unless that is a pipe, in which case it's a really early pipe. And that poses the question, who's gonna get the friggin' mechanism? Clockwork is a potential candidate for that, but I think he's more suited for the pipe. It is pretty needed from the Queen of Pain mostly. And top lane, Lopert's going to be slowed up here. There's the Rage as well. Spirit Lance is going to hold JNT down, and that is going to be the death of Coddle, and JNT might be dying to the illusion or not. He's going to salve right up, and that's Chicken MC with a mega kill, and now Misha's going to have to run away. Nice doppel coming up. That's going to be juking him out just a little bit, and Misha can actually kill Chicken MC. He's getting a little bit too cocky here. There's a free kill, and actually no, he's not. Orbit's going to be rotating in as well as Jamie Duh, and there's going to be the Ice Path, but there's a Rage right on through, and that's going to be 472 gold for ending the streak, going towards the Nakes. Extravagant, where's the blink at? It's in 4 seconds. Now he's going to go down to Coddle's Blast. Lopert's going to come in through the back as well. Mana Leak, and Misha's going to get stunned up. Can't really do anything at this point now. No mana, and he's just going to have to run in circles. As I say that, Chibusia's in the back end of things, catching a dual breath, also disrupting off Jamie Dot. It's this war of the supports, and Misha is still juking. What can he do? He can't do anything now. He's dead. And JNT, a little bit late on the response time, but Chibusia was there when he needed to be. Couldn't really do much. He did try to man up on Jamie.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chicken MC rotates mid, and he has pretty crazy farm at this point. About 300 off of his Robe of the Magi, which will finish up his Diffusal, which is 11-minute Diffusal. No drums, though. Not the best of farm, actually. He could really have benefited more. I'm debating whether he could have actually benefited more from just farming opposed to killing. Orbit's going to be sitting here as well. They can actually set something up here. If Queen of Pain comes back in, they could bait the blink and just initiate right after that with the hook. And Cogs, of course, mixing with the Spirit Lance. Incarnate still bottom. I don't think he's actually left his lane yet, and that might actually be the best thing for his team. He needs the mechanism up against the team fight coming out from Chibusia's minions in the Queen of Pain, Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave, Soul Assumption even. And then, of course, the Roots and Infest damage, which is going to be happening more than you guys would think. Orbit's middle lane, he's a grand in his pocket. Extravagant still building towards treads, and he's not having the greatest game of his life. 0 for 3, 44 last hits. Disruption pops, and there's going to be a Sonic Wave hitting right off, I think. But it's going to be it's going to be right before the Soul Catcher. So no damage is going to be there, and the Scream of Pain is actually what prevented Extravagant from throwing off that Sonic Wave. Chicken MC on the top lane, still farming it up, and he's about $4,700. $4,700, and Misha is going on Jamie Dow, but there's the surge away. Misha is just going to turn in Incarnate now. And they can actually solo, well, they can't solo him up because there's two of them, but they can actually kill him off now. Actually, never mind. The rest of MYI is rolling in now at this point as well. Sorry, Chibusia's minions. Chicken MC is still farming. You really don't want this happening with the PL, especially when you're mid-game, quote-unquote mid-game focused like Chibusia's minions. At this point, you want to be ending this as soon as possible, and they don't have any towers. They don't have any towers down. No towers have actually fallen yet.
The
first blood of towers has not been drawn. The first, what's that even made out of? Like concrete? First concrete has not been drawn. It's such a funny joke. Ice Path is gonna hit. Creeps, and Spirit Bearer is going to be just happily hammering away at this tower. And what is he building into? Maelstrom, maybe an armlet, not too sure, but there's 2 gloves of haste, and that's the next level build. Chicken MC meanwhile is top lane, and now he's going to say hi to Misha. He's going to throw the Spirit Lance, or will he? He might actually be able to soul him up here. He can bait the Spirit Lance in rage and then go right into him.
Middle tower is under attack,
especially with backup coming in the back. Yeah, and the slow will is going to be raged off. A little low on the Q finger. There's the diffuse as well, and Misha is gonna drop here a little bit too aggressive, and actually that's gonna be a double for Chicken MC. Chibusia is gonna be picking him off so easy, like a few hits with the diffusal especially, and yep, Spirit Lance is gonna finish it right off. And meanwhile, bottom lane, the Sonic Wave is gonna pop off Orbit, kill him in his own cogs. Jamie's gonna be running away with Incarnate. And I think that's the end of that engagement, that skirmish. But the most important thing of this happened now is that Chicken MC is 8-1, 1,600 gold, Diffusal, Tranquils, and I think he might be building into his drums. Not too sure if he wants that. Personally, I just go straight into Manta after Diffusal. It depends what I get before, but typically I don't really get drums on PL. I like to get that Manta up and running. The ultimate orb is what really essentially gives you the tankiness that drums do, but it at least is conducive to building your next item. This Greevil's getting a little too close for comfort actually, and there's a vacuum as well, and JNT's going to eat a vacuum, and he's going to die to DOT and surge damage alike. And here comes Magic Soap in through the back, and as I say that, meanwhile top lane, Chicken MC might be dying. He actually is going to survive, and on the bottom lane, the Scream of Pain, there's a Macropyre as well, and then there's the mini stun. Jamie Duck getting damage done to him slow from the Orb of Venom Incarnate. He can't really do anything at this point. He's like, sorry buddy, but you're going down. And Chicken MC actually survived through that, like I said. I looked over at the minimap and I was like, what if he dies? That was kind of interesting there. A lot of different skirmishes happening on different sides of the map. And it's 15 minutes in, and the first blood of towers has been spilt, going the way of MYI, and the second tower might actually get picked off here. And I think Chicken MC is going to be building in towards Manta style, like I said. It gives you that +10 from the Ultimate Orb, and it actually helps you build towards your next item. And I split push a lot when I play PL, and I mean a lot. Like that's usually how I win the games. I don't even kill people; I just split push. Chicken MC farming it up 74 for 12. Not the best farm, not the worst. He's actually doing not too bad for himself, and it has been balanced out by his 9 kills. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is. He's probably more farmed off with these kills and decent farm than he would be with like a lot of farm and like 1 or 2 kills. So here's Soul Catcher. Orbit's gonna get trapped in his own cogs, and there's a the Scream of Pain as well with Spirit Lance. Chibusia is gonna go down, or will he? Defensive disruption. Now JNT, he's a lot of charges stored up. There's a Soul Assumption gonna pop if he wants it to, and he can do a lot of damage. He's gonna have to throw it down before the charges diminish. Sorry, just stuttered there a few times. Lopard, he's gonna go down as well. And there's the Scream of Pain, Ice Path as well, but Misha is just gonna rage right on through, and he's gonna follow Jamie to the ends of the earth, or will he? Meanwhile, dusted up PL. He's gonna try and run from Misha. Misha's open wounds in 8 seconds. Chicken MC, all he has to do is just juke until the end of this dust duration, and he will be successful in doing so. And he has the mana for another doppel. And there's another dust. Misha's like, alright, if you want to juke, I can throw another dust down. There's the mechanism charge as well. Spirit Lance is gonna hold Extravagant back, and Chicken MC might be getting away alive, sorry. And Misha's dedicating a lot of time into trying to bring him down, and like understandably so, but it's not gonna be successful. And meanwhile, Ice Path, Macropyre just doing a crisscross over on the map here, and Magic Soap with Chibusia just chilling in the back, and now I feel like a big gang fight just gonna break out now. Like, it's next level Dodo strats. Top lane, Extravagant has the point booster up, and Lopart has 2 GG branches up, which I don't know why they're not in your inventory, man. That's kind of crazy. Like, you could be like 70. You could have 70 kills by now if you had those 2 GG branches in your inventory, man. Shame on you. Misha bottom lane. I really like the rotations he keeps doing. He knows that he's not getting the form he wants. He's 1 for 5. They got shut down in that top lane pretty severely by Chicken MC. He's playing a great PL at this point, and he just keeps rotating to get farmed. All he needs is Armlet, and that's when he can just start fighting and snowballing, because that's when Nyx really starts to snowball. A lot of people think that he's all farm, and he's one of those heroes, you know, you get Midas on, you just AFK farm. But he's really not. I don't even support Midas on Nyx, to be honest. Pick up the Armlet, pick up like a Maelstrom or something, and build into a heart, and you're literally unkillable. And there's JNT gonna go down as well. Or will he? Yes, he will. Chicken MC is gonna follow him down, and that's unstoppable for Chicken MC, and Extravagant has to run. So much defusal charges. Magic Soap, he is getting slowed as well. Root's gonna pop on Incarnate, and that's a lot of damage actually from the tower as well. And as I said, Scylla's gonna go down. Orbit's gonna hook right into the tower range. Disruption's gonna pop as well, and Chibusia. Mini stun is gonna hold him in place for small amounts of time, just enough for Chicken MC to catch up, and that's gonna be the death of him. And Chicken MC's farming up familiars. He's like, get back here, suck. Let me farm you up and stuff. And he's like, no. Chicken MC's TPing top, and he's gonna farm up. Make sure that no towers are taken whatsoever. Meanwhile, as he's defending their tower, no towers have actually been dropped for my intent. But as I'm saying that,
I would like to point out
tower,
that Radiant's middle tower,
4th tower, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4th tower has been dropped for the Radiant side. Incarnate's like, you guys got a nice jungle. Let me farm it really quick. And he's actually getting precariously close to Extravagant and the Goon Squad. Let me just check on my stream settings for a second there, guys. Squad. Alright. Syllabear's gonna spot out Incarnate. Here comes Jamie Do. And he goes and fights Path, and he's like, nah, Incarnate, you're not worth my 90 mana. You're gonna have to walk and survive. And Misha, it looks like Chicken MC picked up the... Oh, he just went full out hard. This is something we're seeing from a lot of POs, actually. Double walk as well, and there's the slope. Chicken MC taking a lot of damage. There's the Scream of Pain as well. And I think he just got bashed. I'm not too sure by who, but he's going to go down regardless. Extravagant taking a lot of damage, even from these leftover clones. Illusion, sorry. Who even says clones anymore? And what was that bash from? Or was it... Interesting. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be Armlet into Maelstrom for Spirit Bear. Not too sure why there's 2 close paste, but regardless. I'm interested to see who had that friggin' Basher, or even if it was a Basher, it looked like it. Which one? No. Okay, regardless. Orbit, he's working towards his Aghanims, looks like, has the point booster picked up. Force Staff up on Lopart, just to makes his life even harder. He's gonna be able to kite him even more. Yep, just like that. And his buddies are all waiting, and Misha doesn't care. He's gonna go right in, or is he? There's a hook shot in. Chibusia's gonna get cogged in, and that's gonna be the death of Chibusia. Incarnate's gonna get let in by Orbit as he denies his own cog, and Jamie Does gonna get killed off. Or will he? Root's gonna let go, and he's gonna finally be able to move away. And there's a lot of damage going out. There's a flare popping as well. And there's the slow hitting up on Orbit. Orbit can't really do much now. He's going to hook, but it's going to get blocked out by creeps. And there's the Illuminate as well. There's the Cog's going to pop, but it's just blocking everyone out now. There's the Macro Pyre. There's so much damage. Nice vacuum. Nice Ice Path. And it's going to catch all of them in the same area. There's so much damage popping off. Pipe's going to pop as well. And that's 4 down for Chibusia's minions. And that's Chicken MC being alive for every single one of those kills. He's 14 for 2 at this point, and I can honestly say he's unstoppable. Misha's gonna have to TP away from him. That's how big this PL is. 16 minutes, sorry, not 16 minutes, level 16, 22 minutes into the game. That's really impressive. And that's another tower going the way of mine and 10. And if you're losing, like, how much was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 towers now going the way of my intent. And that's a lot of gold as well, about 15,000 going towards my intent, as well as about 15,000 experience advantage. Chicken FC is still farming. This is why it's just so nice to farm with PL. You can catch up and farm so fast. Like, accumulate some illusions, throw them into a jungle, and you can farm at the speed of, like, I'd say maybe another melee carry, just with your illusion set. And then on top of that, you can farm lane. Especially with the heart. Now he picks up Diffusal level 2. This is actually such an underrated item. It does so much difference. You can tell the difference between a Diffusal level 1 and Diffusal level 2, just in the amount of damage you do. And of course, you get 8 more charges. So.
But Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And that extra 16 mana it burns. Yeah, I did just have to check. So what? The extra 16 mana it burns actually does add up.
Is now officially extinct.
Oh no, not the GG branch, no!
Is under attack.
And this Roche going the way of my intent is something that really is going to be pushing Chibusia's minions back. It's going to be dragging them down a little bit. They're already losing in so much of the gold and experience graph. They needed that Roshan attempt for the gold and for the ability to really push their team fight to the next level. With the addition of the Aegis, I would actually argue it should go in the Syllabear. Regardless, if you have the Aegis, it's another life. That's 2 bears, if assuming he hasn't, like, it's on cooldown or whatever, and he has a bear before he dies. That's 2 bears and 2 lives for the Syllabear, and that's so much extra damage that can go out. And it looks like my intent is pushing in for this tier 2 on the bottom lane, and that's going to be all the outer towers going the way of my intent before 25 minutes. Come on, before, no, it's not before 25 minutes. Before 25 minutes and 30 seconds. And if you're losing that badly to a PL, who's supposed to be a late game only hero, well, that's kind of a bad indicator of what's going to be happening for the rest of the game. And don't get me wrong, you can pull back from just about anything, and no matter what anyone says, you can always make a comeback, especially in a game like Dota, where it's all the small things that matter. But it doesn't look good, and this game is still up for grabs, and yep, Orbit's going to pop off the cogs. Misha can't really do anything at this point, and he's getting kited so much by just everybody. I think he might even just build into a Blink Dagger. That's what I would do at this point. Like, the time for Armlet is long gone, and there's this Sonic Wave gonna pop, but I think he just woofed it. It's not gonna hit anyone, and there's a pipe. Actually, it was the pipe that took all the damage, and now it's gonna be all the magic damage just going everywhere, but not going to anyone at the same time. The vacuum into the cogs. Nice vacuum, actually. Ober's doing so much damage, and now Chicken MC is just gonna pick apart Misha, rage out of the slow, and the purge from the Diffuser Blade is gonna be there as soon as the rage is off, or nope, he doesn't even need it. There's a Spirit Lance, and the illusion's gonna kill him off. He doesn't even need to chase after him. And now, Chibusia's like, hey, give me some of your illusions. I want the army. He's gonna dive, and that's a 26-minute dive, and that's an indicator of when you know it's gonna be GG. If there's a dive into Fountain. Chicken MC is just playing such a great. He played such a great game, and this is why I love to watch him as a player. Just because he just plays so well, and he adapts to so many different roles. He can play mid, like, he can play off lane, he can play carry even, as shown by this match. So that's 2 for 2 now. We're actually tied up, all tied up in the grand finals, guys. Season 1 grand finals of CEVO, and it's 2 for 2. Last game went the way of my tent as well.
Double kill.
And the game before that was the way of Chibusia's minions, and Chibusia's minions had the winner's bracket advantage, so they had one win from that. So now it's 2 for 2.
Strange to say.
And there's just a lot of stuff happening right now, and I'm kind of scared actually. Incarnate picks up a triple, and Chicken MC with a double. They're just waiting to spawn camp the AFKs. Like, Chicken's like, hey, I didn't farm for 28 minutes to just sit back and win. I did it so I could kill people. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will be back in a second with the next game. Well, it's going to be about 2 minutes. It's like 120 seconds because that's the delay on my stream. But regardless, I will be back. Thanks for watching, and the next game is put someone at a 1 game advantage at 3 for 2. Don't know who, but it's going to be one of these 2 teams. Or me. It might just be me that gets the advantage. I'll be right back.